Alright, welcome everybody to a new run for Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14. It's been a while since I've uploaded stuff on this channel for Romance, but I've been wanting to get back to it for quite a while now. And I figured, alright, now's the time. So, I'm going to talk about, now since I've been covering a lot of Nobunaga's ambition, let me just say, if you haven't played Romance 14, you're watching the video, I am going to account for you, okay? People who don't know, haven't played the game, maybe you've played 13, 12, I'll go through, explain the mechanics as I play. But the first thing I want to talk about is what scenario I'm going to play. And there's a ton of them in this game if you don't know. Look at all these pages of scenarios. One of the best things about it. But what scenario I'm going to play and what the motivation is for it, right? So we're going to do anti-Dongzhuo coalition, okay, the famous starting scenario, everyone, the beginner scenario, okay, one of the two beginner scenarios, the other one's warlords. But we're going to change up the map, okay? I haven't done this on the channel. This will be the first time that I do this. I haven't done this at all. I just thought about it the other day. So down here you can change the positioning of forces right here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to change up the starting position of everybody in the coalition except for Dongzhuo. And I was going to put my favorite force. I was going to play as Yuan Shao and put Yuan Shao on point, okay, against Dongzhuo. Have the commander of the coalition fighting Dongzhuo. But I figured I'd go with someone a lot more difficult. So I'm going to go with Han Fu, okay? Now for those of you who don't know, okay, Han Fu is one of the worst officers, one of the worst rulers to play as. He's only around for a little while, and it's because in the novel he is a ruler who is very cowardly and is duped. He's duped by Yuan Shao's scheme, and he ends up surrendering all his land, and he doesn't even put up a fight for it. Like, he doesn't fight for his land, he doesn't fight for his title, and he ends up just allowing himself to just be bullied out of his territory. I think in the end he ends up abandoning like his family and everything. So let's just look at him here before we jump into it, okay? So I don't know if he's going to have 30k troops because we're going to shuffle everything around. His difficulty, it says it's low, but he's actually going to be, this is going to be very difficult because we're going to move him and put him right in front of Dongzhuo's massive army. And if you don't know, Dongzhuo is the big bad. I mean, this scenario is called the anti-Dongzhuo coalition because for that reason, he's that powerful around this time period. It takes everybody teaming up against him. So it's going to be tough to be on point. So Han Fu, leadership 19, strength 4. 4 strength, 28 intelligence. In Romance 14, there are both positive and negative traits. Han Fu only has negative traits, 2 of them. Cautious, which really should just be called cowardly, okay? And you can see because of the description. You cannot tell Han Fu's unit to attack an enemy unit. You cannot forbid him from retreating. He must always have the option to run away because he's a coward. And he will never pursue fleeing units. Okay? So you can't tell this guy specifically to go after somebody, which is cowardly. He always have to have an escape route, cowardly, and he'll never pursue units for fear of ambush or something. So the theme, you know, it's called cautious again, but it really should just be called that instead. And then he also has waverer. Whenever he's hit with the restraint effect, it lasts even longer, which makes him susceptible to falling for traps or just getting pinned down, which is terrible because 19 leadership and 4 strengths means that there's a high chance that you're going to die. And there's a very high chance that Han Fu is going to die. So if we look at his bio, led an army as part of the coalition against Dongzhuo. After the dissolution, lost Yi to Yuan Shao. Yeah, abandoning his family, he sought refuge under Zhang Miao. Not only does he abandon his family and everything else that I said, he has 2 very loyal advisors try to talk him out of allowing Yuan Shao to take over. These two guys, Guan Chun and Cheng Wu. In the novel, they try to assassinate Yuan Shao for their lord. And I think Yuan Shao's best guys, his two generals, cut them down. But Han Fu doesn't even care about them. Yeah, attempted to assassinate Yuan Shao with Guan Chu, but he was struck and killed. They both unsuccessfully opposed the transfer of Ji province to Yuan Shao. Yeah, they both tried to speak some sense into Han Fu. They said, hey man, you have the biggest territory in the north. You might not be the greatest, but you have the most resources. You know, don't let Yuan Shao... I believe the quote in the book, in the novel was, to allow Yuan Shao into Yi would be like letting the wolf run amok among the sheep. You would be feeding a wolf, or you would be feeding a tiger. Rather let it starve. I think that was what his advisors told him. Like, you know, basically they told him, like, do not let him in. Leave him out there. You have resources. You can outlast him if it comes to war. Anyway, so outside of these two loyal guys, we have two great officers. Zhang He. Zhang He is one of my favorites in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. He's an excellent officer. He has some good moments in the books. He's got Brave Leader, which is bonus siege damage. He increases siege damage to other units. So in this game you have an area of effect because the movement is on a grid. So he also has uplifting. He gets a morale boost when units are defeated. He doesn't care about the supply line being cut as badly. If he's cut off from his supply line, it's not that bad. Rejuvenator is one of my favorite traits in this game, but it's very difficult to get to work. You have to be over a core, which is a village. So it's really tough to make work, but since we're going to be in front of Hulao Gate, there is a village there that I might be able to park Zhang He on. And he might be able to sustain on that spot a little bit longer. I don't know. His only downfall is straight from the novel, straightforward. He takes more damage from traps. So in the novel, one of Zhang He's worst moments is in the novel he is foiled by Zhuge Liang's strategy at the Battle of Jieting. His army gets almost completely obliterated because he falls for a trap. So that's why they gave him this. To be fair, it's Kong Ming. I mean, you know what I mean? Everybody was falling for that guy's traps. I don't know why they have to single him out, but it was an especially disastrous battle for him. I think he almost got executed. The only reason he wasn't executed was because at that point he had 20 to 30 years of service with Wei. So a lot of officers spoke up for him. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure they were going to execute him. So anyway, outside of Zhang He, Zhou Shu, a great advisor in this game. Now, strategists are not as strong in this game. I'll talk about that later, but he does have 80 leadership, so he can lead his own unit. He has a bevy of blue or green, depending on how you see it. But he has a bevy of great traits. I think the best one is probably Wise, because you get more suggestions, and Rouser. So he inflicts... Actually, when his unit's hit with restrained, he shortens the time. So it's the opposite of Han Fu. Han Fu has Waver. Whenever he's hit with restraint, it takes longer for him to escape. Zhou Shu speeds up units escaping. So it actually makes sense to have Zhou Shu follow Han Fu around. You know what I mean? So he doesn't get in any trouble. So those are our two best officers. That's why his difficulty is a little bit lower, because we have two great generals. And we actually have a third guy who's pretty good because of his trait and his stat. So Pan Feng is one of the guys who the novel uses to prop up Hua Xiong. If you know Hua Xiong, he's the famous general that Guan Yu defeats to make his name at the Battle of Hulao Gate. You know, the story of Guan Yu cutting down Dong Zhuo's best general and doing it so fast that the cup of wine was still hot, right? That story, that general that he cuts down 3 of the coalition generals before Guan Yu takes him out. So it's the classic power level creep trope that authors use to showcase how strong somebody is. You know, the last character. So this is one of the guys who's supposed to be a really strong duelist, but he gets killed by Hua Xiong. like I said, who then falls to Guan Yu. But in the game, 77 strength, and he has a really great trait, heroic. Heroic allows duels to happen faster, more frequently, I should say. So with Pan Feng, we'll be able to trigger some duels. The goal is to hopefully find him a weapon to get his strength up a little bit higher, because right now 77 strength is, I mean, it's wild. That's going to be wildly swingy. You guys are going to see in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14, you can increase officer deaths and injuries, and I always have them set to high. So Pan Feng could, he could die as well, or he could take out a bunch of officers. 77 strength makes it so that it's like a 50-50 most of the time. So we need to get him a weapon. We want him to live long enough to get his stat a little bit higher, maybe make a reputation. So he's going to be like our project guy, you know. This is the guy that we look to kind of develop, you know. Because Zhang He's strength is great, but he doesn't have a duelist thing. Pan Feng's the only guy who has the duelist. So yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much it. I mean, we have a couple of role players, support guys, but that's the main gist of our core. Like I said, the main problem is that Han Fu is terrible. It's terrible. So if our castle gets hit, it's going to check his stat. 19 leadership. Not good, you know. So, yeah, we're going to start with Han Fu, and just to show you guys the settings before we skip ahead, because I'm going to have jump cuts for this. This is usually what I've been playing with. I used to play on Veteran a lot, but the thing with Romance 14 is that once you go above Hard, you basically have to play a very linear strategy to make any progress, because the difficulty just gets kind of ridiculous. Higher difficulty in this game just means more stat bonuses for all the computer forces, including the units. So if you want to compete on Veteran and Extreme, you basically either have to play a Three Kingdom force, or you have to have some type of broken setup to fight the increased padding that the computer has, okay? Which can be fun when you're just trying to complete, but I would say play on Hard where everything's viable. Every strategy is viable, every formation you can run. The game doesn't punish you for not playing optimally at 110% or 100% optimally. Once you go above Veteran and Extreme, you're basically going to have to play the meta. Whatever the meta is for that, that's what you're going to have to play. Or you're just going to be in a ridiculous slog, okay? So I recommend Hard. And then Soldier Shield, I have this on few. I might change it in the future to normal. Suggestions on, pretty standard fare. The only thing that's really high that I change is Killed in Action. I have that on many. So this makes people they also get wounded very, very quickly. People will be getting wounded all the time. Getting killed, that's going to happen a lot. And don't be surprised if some big names just get outright killed in the game. Lifespan on Historical. Free Officer Origins. I always shake up where officers appear. I played Romance for so many years that I know where everybody shows up. I don't like knowing that. This introduces RNG, so now you don't know who's going to turn up. And if you don't know who's going to turn up where, then your forces will develop unpredictably, which is good. You want to shake it up. And that's about it. Everything else is like I said, pretty much standard fare. So, one thing I'll say that we have Outlander Force, not Outlander Force, required days for trading. I have that on few so that we can trade with foreign nations. In Romance 14, you can, in the expansion, I think you have to get the diplomacy expansion. You can trade with foreign countries like Rome, Parthia, India. You can trade with those guys. You can send emissaries, but it takes forever. So I have this set on few so that it's faster. We have transport speed set to fast. Again, 2 commands change just to make the game run faster, because this game does run a little slow, especially when you're first learning it. It can take a little bit, but once you get stuff down, you want to look for stuff to speed up the game. There's no reason really to play this game at a slower pace. In fact, it's the opposite. You want to pick it up a little bit if you can. So yeah, guys, those are going to be the settings. Like I said, we're going to change We're going to change the placement so that Han Fu is standing right in front of Dong Zhuo's force. 160,000 soldiers. I mean, he dwarfs everyone else. It's crazy. And of course, he has Lu Bu in the game, who's probably going to be at the gate waiting for us, if not Hua Zhang himself. So yeah, this should be interesting. I'm going to get this set up and then we'll get started. So this map looks really different. Again, the idea was to have the anti-Dongzhuo coalition, but have Yuan Shao right here. But we're doing it with Han Fu, which is going to be a lot tougher. So I did lock in Dongzhuo so that he would not shuffle. He would not reset his board. So that's why he's still there. I actually wonder if you can do this in Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. I have to try that as well. But yeah, Dongzhuo's allocation is still the same, but everything else on the map is very, very different. So let's check. Oh boy. So Liu Bei is up here. Sun Jian is right next to him. So we can assume that Sun Jian is probably going to take over the north in time. We have Yuan Shao's all the way over here in Beihai. The Horse Lords, Ma Teng, the Ma clan, is right next to us. Hopefully I can get an alliance done with them. South Cao is in Hanzhong. I think that's a good spot for South Cao, actually. Is anyone over here? Oh, Liu Yu is in the corner. He's definitely not going to be able to hold out. The south is pretty empty. Wow, I've never seen the south so empty. Tao Qian's in Shu. That's kind of cool. That might slow down South Cao. If South Cao was in Shu, he'd be able to kind of take over that pretty easily, but... And him being here means that he might have to actually fight Dongzhuo. So Dongzhuo is set up to steamroll. You know, if you guys haven't played anti-Dongzhuo coalition. Although I have to assume everybody has, right? 164,000 soldiers. We have 13,000. We'll see if we can contain them. South Cao might be able to hold them. Liu Yan's got 2 cities. He might be able to hold them. We'll try to do our part as well. Although I don't know how well this is going to go. Again, we're surrounded. We're going to be surrounded by somewhat hostile forces, not just Dongzhuo. Okay, so I shit you not, this run is already in danger. We could already be done, okay? Sun Jian, for some reason, he's totally set up to take the north, right? But this is standard Koei affair. The AI has decided not even... Okay, these soldiers are not even trained, okay? They're not even maxed out with their training. Their morale's only at 70. The AI has already decided to... Instead of invading its own neighbors over here, he's sailing across the strait to attack us. You know, it's just classic. So, drop everything and go attack the player. Meanwhile, Dongzhuo is doing his Dongzhuo. Hulao Gate. The troops are deployed. They're heading straight towards us. I barely got to finish this tower, so Huaxiang is going to move into the tower range, but I don't have nearly the troops to be able to fight him. Let's see, what's his stats? 1,000 assault. We have higher assault, but our defense is going to be a little bit lower. So we're not going to be able to sustain against him. All I can do is hope to do some damage here. Slow him down a bit. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do about Sun Jian. I've already dispatched an envoy to try to make an alliance with him because for some reason we are friendly with him. So if I would have known that ahead of time, or if I would have paid attention, I would have requested an alliance right away from the jump. Instead, I focused on the alliance with Ma Teng, which is still fine. I mean, I like having Ma Teng on my side. It's kind of cool that he's there. But yeah, we're in danger. We are in danger already. It's all-out war. That's what I like about having Dongzhuo, like anti-Dongzhuo coalition. Start around Dongzhuo and you will be right into it right away. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to have to speed on 1 to start, just so that I can see the exchange. I don't think it's going to be pretty though. Also, Huaxiang, the man, this is the guy who Guan Yu dispatches. You know, the fabled story of the wine not even cooling before he was dispatched. So this is the guy I was talking about. He's got an awesome portrait in this game. I don't know if he had this in 13. He's got an amazing set of traits. These three. Annihilator increases damage dealt by a lot, regardless of formation. That's the key thing. Warrior, he's more likely to wound people or kill them in battle. And he has heroic, so he triggers a duel. So Huazhong, this pairing makes it so that he could actually kill you in a duel very frequently. So the guy's a terror. I'm actually nervous for Zhang He. As much as I like Zhang He, he's never performed well for me. So as good as his stats are, his traits, he's just one of those generals that he just never performs well for me. So I'm nervous. We just got hit with this tactic for 2,000 damage. That was awful. We've been crippled. Yeah, we're losing this battle. Sun Jian's taken the port from us. He can keep it. If it means that we can be friends, he can keep the port. You know, I just realized... Oh, no. Here comes the duel. Huazhong has challenged Zhang He to a duel. Oh, man. Part 1 of 1, I guess. Oh, Lord. Come on, Zhang He. Make a miracle happen. Oh man, look at the damage I just took on that. No, at another one. Come on! Yes, yes, yes! Yeah. He didn't knock him out, but he won the duel. We don't have enough troops to win the battle. That's a damn shame, because he doesn't have any morale. Look at his morale. We crippled him. If his morale would hit 0, the whole unit would rout, but... I can't believe Zhang He. That's easily the best Zhang He's ever done for me. Sun Jian's declined the offer. Great. Oh, he got some soldiers back from Rejuvenator. Alright, time to run. I can't believe he won the duel. That was awesome. So unexpected. Especially after, I mean, I hyped up Huazhong. And then I downplayed Zhang He. And then he goes and he does that. I'm telling you, in the history of this channel, anytime that I've had Zhang He, he's just never performed. That's the first time he delivers big like that. How much gold do I have left? 4,000? Alright, let's try to get on Sun Jian's good side. Okay, we gave him the order to retreat. We're just gonna give up this county. It's too bad because I really did cripple their morale, but I can't do anything more. Maybe these guys will kill each other. Maybe Sun Jian will fight Huazhong. Okay, let's check to see if there's any free officers. This guy's still here, but he won't join us for some reason. Doesn't have a lot of confidence in Han Fu. I don't blame him. Okay, let's set up our administration. Battle. Let's go crane formation. Let's buff up the crane. Nothing here. Wait, actually, let's change our advisor. Yep. 90 intelligence, yep. Research terrains, I guess. Expand castle walls, that's good. Increase the durability of the castle. Okay. Pretty basic setup. We'll search. See if we can dig up some other people. Let's go to this next turn. Hopefully I can get away, man. Really hope I can get away. Nope. Oh my god, he got captured. Ah, man. Our best general. So Jian's going home. Oh no. Alright, what is he gonna do? We're gonna have to negotiate for his release. Alright. Arrow Tower's firing. I don't know why he's not moving. Relations have improved, but we're still not trusted. We have to get up to trusted before we can ask Sun Jian for an alliance. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask Dong Zhuo to release our prisoner. Prisoner return. See if he's feeling nice. Probably not. Oh, he was injured. He's near death? Huazhong injured him? It's gonna cost 3,000 gold to secure his release. We don't have it. Oh, man. Well, we're gonna get more gold next turn. I guess we'll wait till next turn. He's near death. Sure he did that on purpose. He's probably pissed because he lost the duel. Like crippled him. Oh no. Here comes the killing blow. Ma Teng will give us 3,000 gold. He wants Quanting County. Is that the county that's in front of Sun Jian? It's this one. I can't do that, man. Oh no. That's why he didn't deploy. He was waiting for the rest of the army. Fire at will. Oh my god, we're done. That's way too many. It looks like Ma Teng is setting up to fight. I mean, Sun Jian's setting up to fight Ma Teng now. Sun Ce, the tiger and the tiger's cub, both on the field. There's no defense I can put up. There's just no way. Yeah, this was not the greatest idea. I'm still gonna try to get Zhang He back. Oh, he's already recovering. He was near death. Now he's wounded. Now he's merely wounded. It is merely a flesh wound, my lord. Alright, you guys run around. See if you can find some gold or something out there. Or a general. Find us a new leader that can save us. Let's assign somebody to recruit. That's a pretty terrible yield, only 400 soldiers. It's quite sad. Okay. Alright. Like I said, we're in danger here. I don't know how we're going to repel this. My only saving grace, the only reason I don't call it here is because Hua Zhang's morale is crippled. So there's a chance Liu Dai took Guandu from us. Oh, wow. There's a chance that we'll survive because his best unit has no morale. It's completely gone. We refuse. Oh my god. Dong Zhuo refused to release him. Man, he looks like a real villain in this too. Awesome. We're losing our counties. We're being overrun everywhere. Not great. I should have sent my my guy with the debater trait, actually, because debater will at least guarantee that whatever you're trying to do in your foreign policies will work. But it's always going to cost a lot of gold. That's the only thing, but at least they can guarantee it. So let's see, we send one of these guys. Foreign is favored. They'll be able to secure it. Okay. This might be an opportunity for Naotora to get something done here. Actually, Pan Feng as well. What does Pan Feng have? Arrow formation. Alright, I'm gonna put it on Naotora. I'm gonna have Naotora in snake formation set up an ambush alongside the road here. Try to assault the tower when it comes to pass by. So we're gonna retake Guandu County, and then we're gonna wait in the forest. We're gonna let the army pass, and then try to assault the siege weapon, because the siege weapon's what's gonna destroy us, not the unit. It's actually pretty tough to take a castle without siege equipment. You have to really swarm the hell out of it. See what Sun Jian does. I mean, this is weird. Is he gonna turn back? Is he gonna keep pressing? I kind of hope he keeps pressing so that he comes to blow with Dong Zhuo. $4,700. I don't got that kind of scratch. Can't just raise the price like that. Oh man, we can't get our guy back. Getting overrun. Massively overrun. Alright guys, well, that's gonna be it for this part. I think I underestimated how difficult it would be to be point blank in front of Dong Zhuo. But now I know. Let's see what's going on the rest of the map before I call it here. Cao Cao's pushing against Tao Qian, yep. Lu Bu's leading the charge out the other gate here. It's gonna be a while before that gate falls. Whoa, Liu Yu, okay. Stacked up. Sun Jian's fighting Liu Bei. Still very early, so still have free cities and all that. Okay. So yeah, guys, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this one if you want to see more of it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Till then, take care.